And on this week's edition of Sports Mag, we got men's basketball taking down the Ducks.
A women's basketball player is profiled.
And we're taking a look at the local hockey team, Boulder Bison. See you, Sports Mag, coming up next. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Mag. I'm Scott Alberto.
And I'm Connor McHugh.
And the men's basketball team needed a win last night to keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive.
And the 19th ranked Oregon Ducks didn't ever seem to take off. Let's check out those lights.
And the Buffs were playing without Andre Robertson last night, but that didn't seem to faze him at all. Here we see Chen giving the ball to Dinwiddie, who drains it for the first points for the Buffaloes that game. And Dinwiddie didn't stop there, dishing it out to Ski from the rebound, where he would take it all the way down the court once again, finding Dinwiddie for his second three. He would have 17 points on the night. Freshman center Josh Scott came up big with the absence, getting a 2-bucket up there. Wow, what a beaut. And then Jeremy Adams getting good play off the bench as well, hitting a pull-up 2-jumper from Ski Booker.
And look who got some points on the board early. Shane Harris-Tunks gets the easy 2 to extend the lead early on. Then Chen comes in, gets the apple on Johnson's second effort for 2 of his 22 points on the night. Ski Booker then comes barreling in towards the basket, finishes it off with the left hand for 2 of his 11 points. And then Coach Boyle goes deep into the bench to finish off the game, with Bo Gamble getting 2 at the very end, and that would wrap it up for the Buffs, winning 76-53 over the 19th ranked Oregon Ducks. Let's check out the box score.
And again, CU would win 76, upsetting the Oregon Ducks 76-53. Xavier Johnson had 22 points and 3 rebounds, as well as his partner Spencer Dinwiddie with 17 points and 7 rebounds.
And then the little guy Lloyd for the Ducks got 10 points, 3 rebounds, and Carter got 10 points and 6 rebounds.
I'm not sure I've ever been more proud of a group of guys to respond the way they did and to step up, to a man. Starters, bench, anybody we put in there just, played their hearts out. Our bench responded and did a great job.
I don't know the exact time, but me, Ski, Josh, and X all had 2 fouls with quite a bit of time to go. And, they all came in and played well. Even saw Ben Mills in the first half, and he got a rebound. Our coaching staff, our fans, they all bring energy, and it's a collective effort. But, it's just the next man up type mentality.
Shane Harris-Tunks had perhaps his best defensive game as a Buff in the absence of Andre Robertson against Oregon's Thursday night. After the game, Tad Boyle announced that the Australian has decided to end his college career after this season. That means Tunks will be honored along with Sabatino Chen for Senior Day this weekend. Tunks, limited by knee injuries his entire college career, has been the target of Buff fans' anger throughout the season. Also, star forward Andre Robertson notably sat out Thursday night's game due to a viral infection. Robertson's earliest return could be next week at the Pac-12 tournament, but it is still questionable.
And after knocking off Stanford, the Buffs failed to convert the Bay Area sweep over the weekend. The Buffs fell to the California Golden Bears 62-46 as Colorado shot just 23% for the game. Xavier Johnson led the Buffs with 14 points, while fellow freshman Josh Scott returned from a concussion to grab 11 rebounds. A trio of Cal players scored double figures, and both Tyrone Wallace and David Kravish matched double-doubles. The win vaulted Cal into 3rd place in the Pac-12, securing them a bye in the first round of the conference tournament next week in Las Vegas.
Well, the men's basketball pursuit for back-to-back conference titles got us over here thinking about this week's trivia question. When was the last time the Buffs men's basketball team won consecutive conference titles? The answer will come back. We'll get you the answer later on in the show.
And the CU women's basketball team is gearing up for the Pac-12 tournament, but before they travel to Seattle, they had to head to Corvallis to face the Oregon State Beavers. The game was filled with scoring runs, but neither team could take a lead for good, ending regulation tied at 65. In overtime, the Buffaloes took a narrow lead late and held on thanks to 2 key free throws by Ariel Robertson. The Buffs won the thrilling game with a final score of 66-63, and Chucky Jeffrey led the Buffs in scoring with 25 points. With the victory, CU secured the 4th spot in a first-round bye in the Pac-12 tournament next week. And Roberson is making a name for herself not only in Boulder, but in the Pac-12 as well. This past Monday, she was named the Pac-12 Media All-Freshman Team. Roberson is second on the women's team in scoring and rebounding, and Chucky Jeffrey was also honored by the Pac-12 Media, being named to the All-Conference team for the second straight season. And Jeffrey and Roberson hope to continue their strong play as they head to Seattle next week for the Pac-12 tournament.
Several basketball teams are making noise across the state of Colorado, including the men of CU, Metro State, and CSU. But one team is flying underneath the radar. SportsMag's Sean Espinoza looks at CU's women's basketball team and reports why student attendance at their games is lacking.
The Colorado women's basketball team had a phenomenal season this year, having been ranked several weeks in a row in the AP poll. The Buffaloes are currently ranked 19th, a new season high. Women's basketball head coach Linda Lappy attributes the team's success this year partially to the fans and attendance at the games.
You know, we have a pretty loyal fan base, and we're trying to build it every single game.
Although the bus fan attendance averages second in the Pac-12, the majority of the fans are not students.
A lot of our students don't want to come to women's games because they think it's a waste of time.
Women's basketball isn't the only female sport that is unattended.
The only difference that I have seen at the games is the crowd involvement.
Head of basketball operations and female administrator of athletics, Seal Berry, says that women's sports are largely unattended by students in comparison to men's games.
We'd like to get more students, though. Obviously, students aren't coming.
Colorado basketball's infamous C Unit was voted one of the best fan sections in the country last year. But at a women's game, this is what the fan section looks like. But Coach Lappy says she is still thankful for all the fans who support the Buffs.
They know when to pick up the intensity in terms of cheering and being loud and yelling for us to play defense.
The female population is underrepresented in many facets on campus.
They don't understand how good we are and how good that women can be, and they're like just as equal as men in sports.
Offices around campus are collaborating with the field goal attempt of raising awareness.
Well, it's a little bit of a misconception to think that I manage all of women's sports with no help from marketing, no help from promotion, no help from ticketing, no help from sports medicine. We share support services.
Over the last few years, attendance to CU women's sports, especially basketball, has slightly increased. But those numbers still do not reflect that of a ranked team or the number of students that are supporting the men's teams. Men's basketball games average over 11,000 fans in attendance, while the women only bring in around 2,500. The women will take to Seattle for the Pac-12 tournament in hopes of locking in a spot at the big dance.
It's a lot of fun, it's a lot more intimate, and it's much more of a community. You know, they know who we are because they see us here every game.
Unlike the CU men's team, the women do not have the advantage of the athletic department bringing the C unit to Washington, a factor that could be very helpful in tournament play with such high stakes.
It's maybe a little bit tougher, but I think our band will be great, cheerleaders. We'll have our cheer squad that's there, and hopefully we'll have some fans that decide to go and buy some tickets.
Regardless of the amount of people who will be at the tournament, the Buffaloes have already proven that they don't need a student section to win games. Sean Espinoza, CU Sports Mag.
And when we return, Derek Kessinger joins us on the desk to sound off about Coach McIntyre's first spring football season with the Buffs.
And SportsMag shines the spotlight on a standout senior on the women's basketball team. Don't leave us.
CU students who join the Peace Corps are usually very adventurous people, very outdoorsy. They usually are very caring, very passionate people.
For the second year in a row, CU Boulder has outproduced all other universities in the nation, both big and small, in the number of alumni who are serving as Peace Corps volunteers. That's a very, very important thing for us. Peace Corps continues to be the gold standard for international volunteer service. It's Americans making a difference around the world, and many of those Americans have come from this great university. I'm not sure if it's the beautiful setting or the mountains or the weather, but one thing's for sure, there's a special civic pride on this campus.
The great spirit of volunteerism here on campus and internationalism that you find here really just kind of brings Peace Corps out a little more than it does on other campuses, I think.
You should be very proud to come from a campus that inspires so much public service and collectively works to build a better world.
This house was almost saved from a fire that was almost put out by neighbors who almost volunteered. As generous a nation as we are, sometimes instead of giving, we almost give. But almost giving is the same as not giving at all.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a
One
dad
more time.
today.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
And thanks for joining us again. All right, now we're looking at the women's basketball records. It'd be hard for you to find a list that doesn't involve Chucky Jeffrey. Sports Mag Rose Heafy reports on the senior's illustrious career and her undeniable mark on Colorado basketball history.
Chucky drives down low on the right, floater good off the glass.
More than 1,500 points scored, nearly 900 boards, and more than 400 assists. Chucky Jeffrey certainly has left her mark at CU, but she wants to leave behind more than just records.
First of all, I want to leave a great legacy. I want to leave the legacy that, that we're gonna be a team to be, reckoned with.
Jeffrey joined the squad in 2009 under then-coach Kathy McConnell Miller. That year, the team only went 13-16. Under new leadership of CU alumni Linda Lappy, the program changed, and a relationship of understanding grew between the two fierce competitors.
This year, me and Coach kind of had down, had a couple of meetings and talking about what my role needs to be on the team, and I think I've definitely stepped up in the leader role and, trying to keep my team composed and, manage the game a little bit.
She gets everybody else going a lot of times, and the things that she does both on the court and off the court to help our team are you can't even mention all of them.
Despite her own achievements, her teammates' accomplishments are what truly motivate her.
That's another favorite part of the game for me, and not only me just passing the ball or anything, even when I'm sitting on the bench, to see, the young point guard Kai get in the game and make an outstanding play. I just get so excited, and I'm genuinely happy for my teammates as well.
Both on and off the court. She's a wonderful person to talk to go to for any problems, and she's really competitive. That's one of the things I really like about her. She's fun to play with.
From bottom dwellers to nationally ranked, the team has seen a great turnaround, and largely in part to Jeffrey's guiding hand.
She's the epitome of what Colorado basketball is all about. That's heart, that's hustle, and that's playing at a high level and with a lot of intensity and a lot of passion for the game.
As the play clock winds down on Chucky Jeffrey's career, there's only one emotion the guard with a tough exterior can express.
I love all you guys. It's been a great journey, and thank you, Colorado. Thank you.
Gratitude. Rose Heafy, CU Sports Mag.
Man, I'll tell you, Chucky Jeffrey's really been something special for the Buffaloes this season.
Yeah, and with football gearing up as well, practices are starting up soon, and to get some extra analysis, we are bringing the one and only Derek Kessinger on the desk.
Thanks, guys. Well, let's get started and excited for football season with this week's Sound Off. Spring is in the air, and that means it's time for spring football practice, but this time it's got a new flavor for the Colorado Buffaloes, and that is Coach Mike McIntyre. What do you guys think of the new coach coming into CU?
I mean, so far I really like him. He's very contagious in his confidence, and there's really not much to be confident about in this team, but somehow I still kind of feel confident going into the season. He's just such a goofball. His press conferences are so much fun. He's got so much confidence in his own self, in his team. It's really just a blast watching him, and I'm really excited to see what he's going to do this season.
And, not only with that confidence, but he's got the success to back it up. San Jose State was pretty much in the same situation that CU is in right now. And he comes from a long family of football. And so I think he's just going to be great for this team, and I think he's really got finally what it takes and what CU's looking for.
Well, there seems to be some backing around the athletic department. They're going to improve the facilities, and I think that should really help with the commitment. What are your guys' thoughts on the $150 million plan?
Well, I'm excited to see what he can do with some actual money and facilities around him, because San Jose State's not really known as a football school. CU, I guess, once was. Now we're kind of shifting. Hopefully we'll be able to go back, but I'm excited to see what this guy, who's known as a great talent evaluator, can do with a little bit extra money and resources.
Yeah, but along with that, he's asking for $50 million from donors, which I think at this point in the season is going to be kind of a tough task. With the way the season ended last year, I really don't see too many people getting excited about CU football unless they look at this and going, well, if we give this money, we can finally go back to the games and enjoying how they were.
Well, and one way to try to build that excitement is open spring practices. They're going to have them open to the public until someone tweets out a play or something, so they might not be open for that long. But the key feature in that is the quarterback battle. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, the open practices kind of show the confidence that Coach Mack has in himself and his team, and this quarterback battle is kind of amazing so far because there really is no front runner. Last year there wasn't a front runner, and this year we're just adding more people to the mix. We've got Shane Dillon, who's coming up really strong. He's kind of looking like the leader right now. And then Nick Hirschman and Connor Wood are kind of in danger because the new guy, Sifo Lufau, he's kind of sneaking up into the mix, and that means that Wood or Hirschman may not be on the top 3 next year.
Yeah, I don't think the quarterback's just going to come down to talent and skill, but whoever can pick up McIntyre's system. You know, that pistol offense so quick, so fast, and I think it's just going to be a blast to watch this new offense take place.
Well, and one thing, Wood will not be very well suited for that offense because of the way that he throws the ball down the field. He's not good at those short out passes, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. But should the fans come back? That is the real question. Everyone wants to know, is this team going to do something this year?
Well, like I said, we were at one point a football program, so I think any little glimpse of confidence in our program might kind of help us get back into that.
You know, and Pac-12 is such a great football conference, and all I'm looking for is just a little bit of a boost. You know, we want to win those games against like CSU and Fresno State, and as well just get those games close against, you know, Stanford and those other big teams that'll showing that we're improving.
Well, that's going to be all the time we have, but be ready to look out for the CU football team. The Buffaloes trying to regain some of that former glory under new coach Mike McIntyre. That's all we have for this week's Sound Off.
CU track and field senior Emma Coburn took 4th overall at the 106th Millrose Games, but her outstanding performance and fastest mile in the NCAA this year earned her the title of Athlete of the Year. The Colorado native became the 5th fastest miler of all time in this race and improved her personal best by about 7 seconds. This was Coburn's first race since last August and her only indoor race to date. Coburn and teammates will be competing at the NCAA Track and Field Championships this week at Fayetteville, Arkansas. It's been a good season for the CU track and field team, and here's another race for the record books. Senior Brianne Beamer took the top spot for her pentathlon performance, a record held by former CU athlete Pam Owen for over 20 years. Beamer started the USA Indoor Championships 100 points above her personal record pace due to her performance in the 60-meter hurdles, the high jump, shot put, and the long jump.
And after the break, CU Sports Mag's Anton Baru answers your CU sports questions on Buff Banter.
And a local hockey team puts their talents and dreams to the test. Stay tuned.
We won 24 NCAA championships, sent 18 NASA astronauts into space, inspired 4 Nobel laureates, unlocked the genetic secrets of cancer in a place that averages over 300 days of sunshine a year, ranks as America's smartest and healthiest city, and is home to the mightiest mascot in college sports. If you didn't know what the University of Colorado is all about, now you do.
Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, how was your weekend? Oh, have you studied for Josh? Oh, yeah.
Pay attention. It matters.
Yesterday marked the midway point of the 60th annual NCAA Skiing Championships. The CU ski team, led by an individual title from sophomore Rune Odegaard, has moved into second place. Defending champion Vermont continues to hold first place, with Utah in third. Odegaard's win in the classical race was the fourth ever by a Buffalo skier in the championships. In the women's 5K version, CU tied Dartmouth for the most team points in the women's classic. Slalom races took place this morning, with the freestyle races set to finish off this afternoon.
And every year, thousands of young hockey players leave home to go pursue their dreams. SportsMag's own Connor McHugh went down the road Superior to show us a team that is focused on more than just hockey skills.
So you go to your nearest hockey rink, and what do you see? Fights, missing teeth, black eyes? Look again. In Superior, Colorado, the Boulder Junior Bison are doing more than just playing hockey.
Teach them life lessons.
The Bison's mission statement says their goal is to inspire players to be successful in hockey and life.
Keep playing until the second whistle.
This opportunity for the guys to grow as players and men comes at a cost, though. Some players live away from home, and others have to rearrange their priorities.
For a lot of them, they're putting aside some school for a couple of years. And
the reality of the real world kicks in pretty quick. Players have to learn that life is a little more complicated than hockey.
Do I have enough money for gas? Do I have enough money to go buy new equipment if my stick breaks?
These trials and tribulations of being on their own might be the most important part of the junior hockey experience.
I feel like I've grown up a lot, gotten a lot more independent, like I can fend for myself a little more.
For some, this experience is putting all their eggs in one basket. The odds of reaching their dreams are slim, but the young men can at least take pride in the journey.
Any parent can tell you that's all you can ever want from your child is for them to wish to exceed or excel.
When it's all said and done, most won't reach their dreams. But no matter where life takes them, the players will always be able to look back and reminisce.
All the memories, all the guys I'll meet, even if I don't go anywhere with hockey, I can look back and say these are some of the funnest years of my life.
Even as seasons end and players come and go, the experience remains an important stepping stone in many lives and hockey careers. Connor McHugh, News Team Boulder.
And Connor, you've kind of spent a lot of time with this team. I believe they're playing Cheyenne next game. What do you expect from that?
Yeah, well, they're playing 2 games against Cheyenne this weekend. They've got one in Cheyenne tonight and another tomorrow night up at their own rink in Superior. And I think it's going to be a battle. These guys are heated rivals. They absolutely hate each other. Last game got pretty ugly. This one's going to be a lot of fun, and the winner will get a home game in the first round of the playoffs. So a lot at stake here for the Bison.
Yeah, I've actually been in one of those games. It's actually really high intensity, pretty good actually hockey, better than I expected. And it's really a lot of fun if anybody wants to go check them out sometime.
Yeah, it really isn't that bad. I like it a lot. I call the hockey games. Well, SportsMag likes getting interactive with our viewers on Facebook and Twitter.
And this week, our very own Anton Baru answers the questions you asked online. Take it away.
Anton Baru here with this week's edition of Buff Banter, where we answer your questions via the Subway Fresh Take hotline about everything CU sports. Our first question comes to us from Cal Bailoff. What does the CU football team need to do in the next few years to turn the program around? Look, it doesn't matter what sport we're talking about. Recruiting, above all other things, is the heart of building an athletic program at the collegiate level. I'm glad to see that for once the CU athletic department made a good decision in hiring Mike McIntyre as the new head football coach. He's really a player's coach, and I know that he's going to be able to bring some big-name recruits. Bottom line, if this guy can turn around San Jose State in just 3 seasons, I think he can do it for the same for a university that's sinking nearly $5 million annually into its football program. Our next question comes to us from Hannah Elmore. How far can the men's basketball team go in March Madness with this style of play? Well, Tad Boyle runs a very high-paced offense. I think that this is great because the roster is full of explosive players like Spencer Dinwiddie and Askia Booker, who can both get out and transition well on any fast break. The part that makes me question if the Buffs are even going to make the big dance is their defense down in the key. If the Buffs want to make the postseason, they're going to need some help on defense from the younger players. Shout-outs to your boy Xavier Johnson. He's going to be that guy that steps up for this team come conference tourney time. Well, that's all the time we have this week. I'm Anton Baru. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Scott, we're looking to get a lot of weather. It seems like it's going to start snowing tonight, and it's probably going to go for a while. Are you ready for that?
Oh, a little bit. I'll tell you, I've been walking around in shorts, all week. I think it's been really nice and more snow. I don't know if I can take it. I'm ready for this March spring weather, this April, I'm ready to go watch some baseball.
Yeah, I have to get down to Denver on Sunday, so really do not want any snow. But when we return, we will reveal the answer to that trivia question.
Don't go anywhere.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's
It's fortified with arts-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
Listen well, all of you.
A wildfire
No!
can come from anywhere,
Where?
even the most unexpected places. But 9 out of 10 are caused by humans and can be prevented. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Scruff, about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh, it's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies and guns. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, just write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and help take a bite out of crime.
I want it. You know trouble can start when the clock hits 3. When there's no place after school for kids to be. Nothing to do but hanging on city streets. When mom and dad are working to make ends meet. Now it's time to beat the street.
With after-school programs, city kids aren't left alone and vulnerable. They keep on learning between 3 and 6, but these programs need your support. Join with the Urban League to keep them going. Call now, because it's
time to beat the street.
And CU's tennis team lost a close one to Princeton after a 7-hour match. The Buffs fell 4-3 to the number 73 Princeton Tigers. CU is 1-1 all-time against them. Freshmen Duani Quevedo and Matsi Watchers both fought off first set deficits to claim victories. Sophomore Juliet Stewart stands out in the number 1 singles position. Stewart leads the Buffs with 13 wins this season, and she is currently on a 4-match winning streak. The Buffaloes are taking a 5-5 record into Pac-12 conference play, where CU will be taking on the Arizona Wildcats next in their conference opener.
All right, everyone, it's time for the answer to this week's trivia question. For those of you who forgot our trivia question, here it is once again. When was the last time the Buffs men's basketball team won their conference in consecutive years? The answer, 1962 and 1963, long time ago.
Yeah, I think my grandpa might have come to school here when that was going on. But anyway, speaking of stepping up, Boulderites might be stepping into some snow this weekend.
Weatherman Wiley Uhrig has this weekend's forecast for you.
Thanks, guys. Welcome here with Sports Mag Weather. This is Wiley Uhrig. We're going to check out the 4-day forecast for this weekend in Boulder. Let's check it out. All right, so high of 52 degrees for this Friday. Mostly cloudy skies with a low of 32 degrees, so make sure to bundle up in the evening. Saturday, we're going to see some snow showers. High of 33 degrees. Low of 22, so make sure you bundle up. In the evening, drink some hot cocoa, sit back on the couch, maybe watch a nice movie, Titanic maybe, I don't know. Sunday, high of 41 degrees, pretty sunny skies. Sun's gonna block out the snow showers from earlier, low of 28 degrees. And let's check out on Sunday, high of 50 degrees, low of 34, sorry about that, mostly sunny skies. So we're looking to warm up later on in the weekend. And let's check out the ski resort for Breckenridge this weekend. Saturday, high of 28 degrees. Sunday, we're looking at a high of 30 degrees. So looking to ski at Breckenridge this weekend, you're going to enjoy some fresh powder on the mountain. Let's go to the Keystone ski report. Saturday, high of 27 degrees. Sunday, high of 30 degrees. Looking at another great day of fresh powder on the mountaintop. So if you're looking to go skiing this weekend, you're going to enjoy yourself. And I'll give you a tip for this weekend as well. Enjoying the weather. Make sure you don't slip on some ice. It's going to be snowing tomorrow, Saturday, so you might want to be careful. And always wear sunscreen. Winter months, you know, we can still get sunburned, so make sure you do that. Well, that's all the time I have, so back to the desk. I'm Wiley Uhrig. Thank you.
Thanks, Wiley. Well, that's all the time we have this week.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CU Sports Mag.
Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to tune in next week. Have a good one.